The Nissan Qashqai was the car that really lit a firecracker under the family SUV trend, and it caught on so rapidly that millions of them are now on the road.
It's still going strong today and has evolved to meet changing tastes, notably when it comes to engine options.
And it needed to evolve.
You see, while the original Qashqai had the market pretty much to itself, this third-generation model faces tough competition as rival manufacturers roll out their own takes on the hugely successful SUV format. Naturally, Nissan has stuck with the winning combination of an elevated driving position, stylish yet reasonably rugged looks and down-to-earth running costs, while also giving buyers plenty of trim options, from the enticingly priced Vigia up to the luxurious Tecna Plus. The Qashqai's engine choices consist of two 1.3 DIG-T petrols, 138 brake horsepower or 156 brake horsepower, which have some very mild hybrid assistance, plus an e-power engine that aims to blur the lines between petrol and electric cars.
How?
Well, the e-power is unusual because its petrol engine doesn't actually drive the wheels. Instead, it powers a generator, and the electricity this produces is sent to a motor that propels the car along.
The Nissan Qashqai's key rivals include the smart Peugeot 3008, the fun-to-drive Seat Ateca, and the generally excellent Kia Sportage and Skoda Karoq.
At the top end of the range, its price creeps into the premium territory of the Audi Q3 and Volvo XC40.
So, how does the Qashqai compare with the best family SUVs in all the important areas? And which version should you buy?
Over the next few pages of this review, we'll tell you all about its performance, interior quality, running costs, and more to help you work out whether it's the right car for you.
Performance drive.
The hybrid technology of the Nissan Qashqai's 1.3-liter petrol engines means the starter motor can act as a generator, harvesting energy as the car slows down to charge a tiny battery. That energy is used to assist the engine at low speeds and improve fuel economy. The 138 brake horsepower DIG-T 140 and 156 brake horsepower DIG-T 158 are both a bit languid if the revs are below about 1500 RPM, so there'll be a pause before any acceleration arrives after you've squeezed the accelerator. They'll still get you past slower cars safely and up to motorway speeds capably if you drop a gear or two and thrash them.
You won't notice much difference between the two in terms of performance. The DIG-T 158 official 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 9.5 seconds is only marginally better than the DIG-T 140's 10.1 seconds overall. We'd recommend the DIG-T 140 because it's cheaper. Interestingly, the e-power version's 187 brake horsepower 1.5-liter petrol engine doesn't power the wheels directly. Its job is actually to produce electricity, which is sent to an electric motor that powers the front wheels. This brings an advantage when it comes to responses. As with an electric car, the Qashqai reacts promptly to your accelerator inputs, and while it feels more like a brisk hybrid than a proper EV, the 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint takes a swift 7.9 seconds. The Qashqai is available with wheels ranging from 17 inches to 20 inches, and the choice you make will have a big impact on ride comfort. On 18s, which are standard with N-connected trim, it's pretty comfy. The suspension deals with scruffy surfaces at low speeds very well, and overall comfort isn't far behind the Skoda Karoq. If comfort is important to you, we'd suggest avoiding the 19 inches and 20 inches wheels. These are standard equipment with top-spec Tecna and Tecna Plus models respectively. With these larger wheels fitted, the Qashqai makes more of a fuss of bumps as they pass under the car, leading to a bit of fidget faster roads, but enough to shake you to pieces. We've yet to try the Qashqai on the 17 inches wheels fitted to the entry-level trims. If you select Tecna Plus trim or any four-wheel drive version, you get more sophisticated suspension that helps to mitigate the effect of larger wheels. Nissan would like us to believe that the Qashqai is a fun family SUV to drive. We're not convinced about that, because it's not as rewarding or capable as the Seat Ateca or even the Toyota CHR. We'd like a slightly better sense of connection with the front wheels to give more confidence. That would be helped by a bit more initial steering weight and the wheel returning naturally to center more positively on the way out of faster corners. The light steering works well around town though. While there's more body lean than in the Ateca, the Qashqai isn't wallowy, and there's a healthy reserve of grip if you need it. No matter which engine you go for, the Qashqai is hushed at low revs and more muted than the Karoq and Ateca petrols when worked hard. Versions with 19 inches or 20 inches wheels suffer from a fair bit of road noise, but the 18s, standard with N-connected trim, are much quieter. On the whole, refinement is good, although the big door mirrors cause wind noise at motorway speeds. The standard 6-speed manual gearbox is easy enough to use, giving a light yet positive change that makes it simple to find the right gear. The DIGT-158 engine is also available with an automatic gearbox that's smooth and responsive enough for most situations. The e-Power system has a specific advantage, not just over other Qashqais but over many other hybrids. Because it has no gearbox, with the wheels being powered by an electric motor, you never have to worry about this version of the Qashqai hunting for deers like the Kia Sportage Hybrid does when you put your foot down. The interior layout, fit and finish. Driving position and dashboard. The driving position in the Nissan Qashqai is superb. The driver's seat is comfy, and it lines up well with the pedals and the height and reach adjustable steering wheel. If you avoid entry-level Vigia trim, you get powered adjustable lumbar support, while Tecna and Tecna Plus models add full electric seat adjustment. The Tecna Plus even has seat memory settings and a massage function. You feel as though you're sitting higher up from the road than you do in a conventional hatchback, or the Sedateca for that matter. Which is something most SUV fans will appreciate. The dashboard includes chunky controls for the air conditioning that are easy to find while you're driving. If you go for Tecna trim or above, the analog instrument dials behind the steering wheel are replaced with an entirely digital 12.3 inches display, which is bright and easy to read. Seeing out of the front and sides of the Qashqai isn't too tricky, although the Skoda Karoq has slightly less obstructive windscreen pillars. The Karoq also gives you better rear visibility because of its generous rear glass area. The Qashqai, along with many other rivals, has a swept-up rear window line and thicker rear pillars, which hampers the over-the-shoulder view. Reversing isn't too much of a challenge because even entry-level Vigia models come with rear parking sensors. Ascenta Premium trim adds a rear-view camera. While going for N-connected trim or above swaps that for a 360-degree bird's-eye view camera and adds front parking sensors. All versions have LED headlights, and they're adaptive on Tecna trim and above, so you can leave them on high beam without dazzling other drivers. Infotainment isn't a strength of the Qashqai, but neither is it a reason not to buy one. As with other Nissans, the graphics look as though they could be from an old arcade game, especially the Sat-nav maps, and the operating system isn't the most intuitive or responsive. The Karoq and Ateca outclass the Qashqai in those respects, but the best system in the family SUV class for usability is the one in the BMW X1. Opt for either entry-level Vigia or Ascenta Premium trim and you'll find an 8.0 inches touchscreen infotainment system atop the dashboard. The quality isn't great and the graphics quite arcade-like. Luckily, if you go for our chosen N-connected trim or above, you get a new 12.3 inches system which is far better, giving you better screen quality and a faster response to your prods. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay smartphone mirroring are standard on all but the entry-level Vigia trim, while every Qashqai comes with DAB radio and Bluetooth. Opting for a trim with the new 12.3 inches infotainment system will also add built-in navigation, which uses Google Maps data to give you the latest traffic information, as well as Google Street View, Amazon Alexa voice control and over-the-air updates. The Qashqai's interior looks smart and feels well put together compared with many of its mainstream rivals. Stitched full leather panels on the dashboard and doors give the ambience a welcome lift, and most of the knobs, buttons and switches on the dashboard feel well engineered. The Karoq is just as good, while the Mazda CX-30 and Peugeot 3008 are even more upmarket inside, but the margins aren't huge. Indeed, if you want a family SUV that has a notably plusher interior, you'll need to fork out for the BMW X1 or Volvo XC40.